Okay, well, in Indonesia, we started having presence on the ground since early 2013. So we've been there for about 18 months, and we've had the request to work together with government to develop a systematic approach towards mainstreaming green growth in their planning and investment decision making. So that was the key entry point, and it was very much that green growth had to be in the context of sustainable development, which is very much where GGGI stands for as well. So with an MOU starting in April 2013, we then developed a process to work together with the stakeholders, with government as well as external stakeholder, private sector as well, to really define what green growth means in Indonesia, what they want, what kind of outcomes they want to have out of this. Now, we have, through that process, learned that it was very important in Indonesia that green growth results in outcomes which refer to sustained economic growth, obviously, growth that is resilient, and this is resilient in three aspects: resilience, economic resilience, social resilience, and environmental resilience. And with that also, it was very much important that green growth was done in such a way that it maintains the provision of ecosystem services. So sustaining healthy and productive ecosystems was also important. That then would also result in inclusiveness and equity, so growth that is inclusive, growth that is equitable. This all were very important outcomes that Indonesia saw, as well as climate change mitigation, greenhouse gas emission reduction, which is a key priority in Indonesia. So we have then come to see green growth in the context of these 5 outcomes and developed a framework, a green growth framework that we now use to further develop a vision towards green growth, but also making green growth measurable. So we're working to develop indicators at the national, provincial, as well as local level, as well as project level, to see how can you measure progress against green growth performance, and thereby changing policies. This has been a process that we've done last year. Now with that we develop tools as well, and the tools, some are very simple tools like cost-benefit analysis, but then we look at cost-benefit analysis in an extended way, where we include environmental factors and social factors in the calculations. This is very important because they've been seen as externalities. You know, normally forests, water, soil, all this natural capital is seen as an externality, and because of that we deplete the stocks. And we depleting stocks, we lose ecosystem services. We lose ecosystem services, it really impacts human well-being as well. So we're trying to include this in the calculation, include the externalities into the calculations, that people can easily see that there is actually a benefit, a greater benefit than cost, when you change to a green growth intervention, when you move to renewable energy, or when you move to a more sustainable practice in your land use sector. So these are the kind of things that we've been developing over the past year. We have been asked to do some training on the tools that we're developing as well, and that's been quite exciting. At national level, the coordinating Ministry of Economic Affairs has asked us to provide training. We've been involved also in providing inputs and resource expertise in when they are developing their economic zones. So it's been an interesting process to be involved in these dialogues. We've also provided training at the provincial level, and also even engaged people at the district level in the provinces. There are 2 pilot provinces we work in, Central Kalimantan and East Kalimantan. Now in both these provinces we support the decision makers, the planners in developing more integrated and holistic planning processes, including integrating climate change strategy into their development planning process. In relation to RED+, I would highlight one of the things that we've done. RED+ is a big thing in Indonesia. There's financial support coming through to support a more holistic approach in REDD+ thinking. And for us, we see REDD+ finance as very much catalyzing green growth in the field. So we have supported and are still supporting the East Kalimantan and Central Kalimantan government in developing a REDD+ program. In East Kalimantan, for example, we've just completed this first piece of work. We've developed the REDD+ program with the government there, with partners there as well. The program is based on local priorities. It's aligned with the national REDD+ agency's priorities. There is a national strategy, national REDD+ strategy, so it's aligned with that. So currently this is now in process of approval by the REDD+ agency. Once that gets through the process, then it will be another exciting start of a journey forward in this province. So there are actually many examples I can mention of some of the great things that have been going on in this country program, this joint collaboration between the government of Indonesia and 3GI.